Field, 2:35 during the week.
You're right, Chris. It was a 7-day-long tournament as we use the national format. Here are some of the top 24. Wilson, Walter Ray starting to get his game back together. Hugh Miller. Lawrence said, I'm back. The Intermounts had a great summer. Vespi, once again in contention. Ferraro on his Bowler of the Year march. Westlake, solid. Adam Colton and Shady, 14th at the little tie after 56 games. George Branham went home to do some weightlifting, get ready for that winter tour. All-time leading money winner Holman. Mike Lichstein, one of the great amateurs in the country. Local favorite Mike Edwards. Tony Moscato improving. Ballard Jr. having a great year. He still has his hat in that Bowler of the Year ring. Von Kruger and Tommy Kreitz round out the field after 24 players, 56 games, Chris.
And the winner. And Pete Weber now. 18 victories, Monacelli 11. Weber, a Triple Crown winner, Monacelli, two-time player of the year, and you could not ask for a better final game for the Classic title.
Monacelli averaging 231, his opponent's just 205, and he's zeroed on this pair. It looks a little tough right now.
And he has a scoring wants to settle. He lost to Weber Friday, 247 to 198. Now, here he is, 5'7", 140 pounds, 29-year-old Pete Weber. All even after one frame.
Pete Weber with that great style, that 6-foot six-step shuttle approach, the good push away, and look at the intenseness. He has the hand wide open, driving straight through, and I'll tell you what, one of the greatest wrist actions on the PBA Tour. Look at that full extension. Just can't roll it any better than that. And he has been tough from that #1 position. The last 5 times he's been in this position, he has won.
Oh, yeah, he liked that double. Disappointed thus far this year. Only his second TV appearance. And last year he had 6. Oh, not to be intimidated. Amleto Monacelli.
Partner, we've sat here together for 18 years. I've never seen anyone bounce one into the pocket as Monacelli just did on that previous shot. That's the second time today we've seen him lose the ball in the bottom of the swing as his wife kind of concentrate on what Amleto has to do, or maybe wishfully thinking. And Monacelli bounced one in the previous match, left a 2-8-10. However, he gets a great break here as he strikes against Pete Weber.
Left with a 10-pin on the left lane.
When you see the revolutions of Pete Weber's bowling ball, about 19 revolutions. And he has a right to be disappointed when you put that much on it, put it solid in the pocket, and don't get all the points.
Choice Hotels Classic in its final game before the winner-take-all shootout between the senior and this champion. 3 in a row, 4th frame. That one came so close going in. But for Amleto Monacelli, he has left 3, 6, 10. This is his 4th match of the afternoon He has 3 victories, one over Mark Williams, one over Norm Duke, and another over Ray Edwards. The tournament leader, Pete Weber, is his opponent. How true, Bo, because Amleto Monacelli, 2 greats on the tour currently, Pete Weber, are head-to-head. You couldn't ask for a better lineup, believe me. These are 2 young bowlers who have earned over $1 million on the lanes. A high hit.
Now, we talked about Pete Weber holding the ball very loosely and the thumb hole tight. He had a problem while he was warming up. He dropped one ball in the channel over here in the practice. He says, I hope that's just my one for the day. That time he complains again as he leaves the big 5. And almost makes it, partner.
Almost. Tough, tough break.
Watch the action of the 9 pins. He slices the 6 off the 10. The 9 bounces into the 7, but he doesn't get the terrific break to convert the spare. And now he trails by 14.
This is where maturity is required.
I agree. He has to forget about that shot and go back. He's bowling so well.
Robbed again on the left lane, a 10-pin.
Weber last year only missed cashing in 1 tournament, the very last tournament of the year, the Touring Players Championship. He had been perfect, cashed in every single tournament that he entered. He also bowled in league last year, averaged 237 in league. Not too bad.
Ask him when he won his first tournament. It was a junior arch tournament at 14 at his dad's bowling establishment. And Monacelli jumping on an opportunity, doubles and takes a 24-pin lead.
Interesting.
Now,
excuse me, Chris.
there's a difference of 43,000 winning or finishing second here, the possibility, because the challenge match follows this classic championship game.
Weber zeroed on the championship pair. Monacelli has finally figured out the right-hand lane. This is the lane he's been so good on, has nailed it almost every time.
Exceedingly high hit, but they all go, and it's a 34-pin lead for the Venezuelan. We'll be back. Here at Boulevard Bowl, standing room only crowd for the Classic Championship between Pete Weber. He's trailing by 34 against twice Player of the Year Amleto Monacelli. Pete's wife, Kim, great tension, but what a smile.
Lovely lady as her husband trails by 34, just 4 frames left.
Oh, yes. Thank you, he said. Or if there was ever a competitor, a tough one, it's her husband named Pete, whom Bo and I have both known since birth. It's a joy to know.
He's been a young, tough player since like 2 or 3 years old he started bowling. Now let's see how Weber attacks the championship pair. He's playing extremely far outside line. Actually, he's going to be drifting towards the center and go over the 30. I'll drift left and throw right. Big shot. He's left 2 solid 10s on this lane. 3 in a row.
No. That's right. Throw something. His dad, Dick, after a round of golf this morning, watching with Pete's mother, Juanita, back in Missouri. It's just tough, isn't it?
Yep. Well, I bowled with Pete and his dad, Dick, in the seniors tournament in Denver this past week that was won by John Handegard. Dick finished in the top 12 in that tournament, and he was really anxious to see how Pete was doing in this tournament. However, Pete has had no good breaks on the left-hand lane, and he finds himself in trouble. Monacelli with the gauntlet in hand.
That could have been a $43,000 shot.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, Chris, I'm going to make a prediction. I thought Weber would win this match. Monacelli has kind of toughed it out. But I'll tell you what, Gene Stuss is going to whip Monacelli if they go that far. This match is not over, but Monacelli has struggled. He's dropped a couple of balls. He happened to drop them right into the pocket. He drops them against Stuss. It's going to be history.
Okay. Disappointed Pete Weber. Had such a great week. Tournament leader. 3 10 pins. And lots of strikes for this man. Stringing it. He had 8 in a row in his first match. Now he's strung 5. This is his 4th game of the afternoon. A great champion, Monacelli. Now a 4-pin.
Pete just finishing out. The best he can bowl is 222. Monacelli has locked up the Choice Summer Classic and 38,000. Yet there's more work to be done.
And a trip to Cancun for he and Teresa. But Gene Stuss, the man who 2 weeks ago bowled a perfect 300 game on live television, is his opponent next. And for Pete, ABC Sports presentation of the Professional Bowlers Tour will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Don't go away.